Okay, so this is a really old iPad 2, except not really. Because you can see that if I open it up, we have a nice home screen here. And this is very clearly not an iOS home screen. So what's going on? Well, there's this box over here and an HDMI cable. And that's going into the iPad. So if we lift up you can see if we hit the home button on the iPad, nothing happens. And actually the touchscreen doesn't work either. So if we lift up the bezel, we can see nothing's actually holding it in place. And here's the panel of the iPad. And you can see there's this cable here running in through where the charge port would be to the panel. And this is an iPad panel. This was an iPad 2. But now it's something very different. It's an HDMI monitor. So what is this? This is a really cheap Android box. It's called a gem box. I think I got it for about $20. It probably wasn't worth that, but I kind of wanted the game controller. Because the reviews actually said the game controller was pretty decent quality, and let me tell. Oh dear. There we go. I jostled probably the HDMI cable with my leg. But this is the game controller this came with, and the review said this was decent quality, but it's not. It's actually a very poor game controller. But I thought for $20 and a decent quality game controller, I was basically getting a free Android box. But anyways, so this is not an iPad 2 running Android. But it kind of looks like it. And what's the idea of this? Well, I'm probably not going to actually use it with this. I kind of wanted to use it with this, but you can see everything on the screen is a little bit squished. If you look at the that app button there, you can see it's not actually a circle. And that's because this is outputting 16:9 and it's being stretched to 4:3 by this display. And that's really not ideal. So the idea was to use this to make a digital photo frame. I was going to install Kodi on this and have it hook up to my server and do that. Because Plex doesn't work unless I buy it, even though I have bought it before, but Google Play Services is weird on this because this is running a really old version of Android. And it's a really weird version of Android anyways. The software on this is not particularly good. I don't know, there's not that much to this. It's just a random iPad 2. I'll flip it over so you can see the electronics. There we go. So it's just a random iPad 2 with a PCB glued to the back with an HDMI cable and a power plug. And a backlight driver. And all of these are ready-made components that I bought online. And it just has an Android box hooked up to it. The reason I did this is the iPad 2 itself was dead. I can't remember. It just didn't turn on. I plugged it in and nothing happened. I don't know if it was the battery or the motherboard, and I didn't really care because it's an iPad 2. And I got it for free because someone was throwing it out. I actually got 2 of them for free from the same person, and one of them did work. So, you know, one free iPad is not bad, even if it is a really old one. And then the other one worked as a screen, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'll maybe remember to link to the display driver below. If not, I bought it on AliExpress. Just search iPad 2 display driver. And if you hook it into the proper device, you can actually get 4:3 output, but finding a device that will is pretty hard. I know Raspberry Pis will. I have this here, which is a much nicer looking device comparatively, though there is some dust under the glass that bothers me. I probably have to undo it at some point to fix that. But this is a piece of glass from a photo frame with an iPad 3 LCD underneath it and a custom 3D printed case in the back. And this all works, but I know that getting a device to output 4:3 to it's pretty hard. Raspberry Pis will. Some Windows devices will. Mac devices with the proper NVIDIA graphics card, or maybe even an AMD graphics card with enough RAM will, maybe even modern Intel integrated, but if the graphics card doesn't have at least 512 megabytes of RAM, I don't think it'll output in 4x3. Mac OS is weird. Basically, it won't work with everything. These are weird display drivers for iPad LCDs, and you won't necessarily have luck. As you can see, I did not have great luck running Android on an iPad 2. Okay, that's all. Bye.